Namaste, beautiful souls. Welcome and thank you for watching. I'm Gabrielle, retired medium in Germany, and I like to share some of my otherworldly experiences and insights. This is about communication psychology and conditioning. It helped me a lot to know about that. One of the many things my guides nudge me to research and learn, they constantly nudge me to look up words, look up topics, and learn something new and inform myself to kind of have a bigger pool they can draw from and teach me stuff. So I came across this communication psychology and it helped me a lot. That's why I share it with you. Also, my guides nudge me to share, especially this one. So there are 4 ways to hear, as explained by the 4-ear model of Friedemann Schulz von Thun, a German communication psychologist. He more or less says, everything you say and reveal from or about yourself, even if you're talking about someone else or a topic or whatever, it's a message. And messages have 4 levels. The first level is the factual level, meaning what are the facts? The second level is the appeal level, making you think or feel, what should I do? The third level is self-revelation. That means, what does a person say about themselves with whatever they are expressing or uttering? And the fourth level is relationship, meaning what is the relation between the persons interacting and communicating. So I give you a very simple example, one that Schulz von Thun uses himself. The example is, sorry, you drive in your car with a passenger beside you and you approach green traffic lights. And then the other one says, it's green light. He's not saying, it's green, just kind of neutrally seeming, it's green light. So on the factual level, number 1 level, it is just about the fact that this is green lights. The second level, the appeal level, is much more interesting. And I found out that I very often kind of react, not freely choosing and exercising my free will on the appeal level, because most women are more or less conditioned to listen to authorities. The first example we learn is our parents. You have to obey your father. At least in my generation it was like that. So I was conditioned and trained to obey my father and his orders and stuff like that. And later it was the husband. Now I'm finally doing my best to obey and listen to what my inner self is telling me. So on the appeal level, the second level of communication, you might hear, hurry up, go faster to catch the green light. And that's a triggered reaction. And you're not even sure whether the one saying that, your passenger, really meant it. He just said it's green light. This can mean hurry up, go faster to catch it, but it can also only mean it's green light. But why then utter it? I mean, you have eyes yourself, you are driving the car, and you know and see that you are approaching green light. So you can either go faster to catch it or not. That's up to you, but it's important to understand and know that we kind of have this appeal level here where someone else is kind of sending us to do his bidding. And then we're out of our middle because we react on this ear. So, going to the third communication level, the self-revelation. Well, your passenger telling you it's green light without kind of urging, pushing emotion, go faster, just saying it kind of neutrally. What does that tell you? It tells you that this person is interfering with you as the driver of the car, trying to command you to do what he or she thinks is necessary or right or whatever. So that's the self-revelation. And we always reveal a lot about ourselves when we open our mouth and say something, including me. I do not think that I'm already kind of finished and everything knowing and having done everything. I'm still working. I'm doing my inner work, and well, the world, life itself, every situation, every contact is my teacher teaching me lessons. So think about the self-revelation part. What is a person telling you about themselves while they are speaking? And is that kind of manipulative and interfering with your free will, your personality, and the situation you are in? Going to the fourth level of communication and messages, the relation, ear. So you have to look at what kind of relation do you have in this example with the passenger sitting beside you. If it's your father or your mother or your husband, they might kind of command you. I had this with my first and my second husband because I have the typical female, not so well functioning orientation, and that was an agreement. I liked it that they told me, go left here, go right there. But that was not interfering, that was help and support in my case. So it's about the relation. What kind of relation do you have with the other one? Is it your partner, your parent, or a sibling, or a good friend? And what is their agenda? Are they supporting you, or are they doubting you, thinking of you, oh, she can't find the way, something kind of negative like that? And then everything they say on the relation level might be interference. So if there is no equal relation on the same eyes height, well, that's already suspicious and questionable, because though you drive, the other gives orders. And who are the others to give orders to you? And as there are always two to tango, it is one doing something and the other one allowing that. So allowing and letting in a lot of communication from others might keep you in victimhood because you allow everyone else to tell you what to think, where to go, how to act, and what to do, and how to feel, and so on. That is why in communication psychology, the I messages are always much better in communication, to not urge, push, or infringe on another one's free will. So you don't say to your husband, for example, "You never bring down the litter." There is first the generalization, "You never," or "You always do this and that," and so on. So something like that is for the other one like an attack. And of course, the other one has no chance then going into defensive mode and attacking back to defend himself because he feels attacked because you say, "You always do this and that." See, that is not really good, functioning well communication. If you say, "I'm not okay that you didn't bring down the litter when I asked you," that is a different message that at least leaves the other one free to think over it. And it's not only the prime directive from Star Trek, it is actually cosmic divine law. Never interfere with a developing civilization or a developing single person. That's the same. That's why in Star Trek they never landed or tried to not interfere with planets that were in different state of evolution and development, not matching the Star Trek civilization kind of attitude or mindset. So if they were still in a state of lesser development, and you land there with your starship, they will probably attack you or fall on their knees and worship you as a god. That was the big mistake that happened in our human past as well, because all the gods we call gods, many of them were just extraterrestrials that kind of fell into that trap. So that's why questions are much better in conversation to really get into a communication, because they are open up the conversation more than statements that can be felt or understood as attacks. And about attacks, this is very simple. Why do someone need to attack another one? In psychology, everybody knows that this person feels its belief system or worldview kind of threatened, and that's why they feel the need to defend themselves by attacking the other one. So attackers are revealing much more about themselves than they actually consciously would like to. But there are two different types of questions. There are open questions and closed questions. Closed questions want to be answered with just a yes or no, or they even give predefined answer categories. So I have a funny example, very interesting. I, by accident or by synchronicity maybe, because that taught me something as well, I stumbled across an old comment. I was looking for something else on my YouTube channel, and there was someone who commented to my video about the remote viewing experiment with the petroglyph about the ant people. And I talked in that video about the Hopi legends, that the Native American Indians still have, some other tribes as well, about that when the flood catastrophe was upon Earth, the End People came from inner Earth and kind of took them into inner Earth, shared their food and their space and everything with them until the surface was kind of back to normal again, and they could lead the humans back to the surface. The flood catastrophe was over. So that's what I said. And that commenter said, so it's the deceased Indians they took down there into inner Earth, right? You know, that's firstly a false summary of what I never said, and with the word right at the end of that question. She was kind of demanding or wanting that I confirm her wrong interpretation. And it carried on the way, more and more false assumptions, where she did not really listen and did not understand what I said. And always at the end of her questions was this, right? Am I right? Confirm me. And I thought, wow, she's not really open and she does not really want to know. These are closed questions. So I kind of felt a nudge to answer, and I answered back. You don't really want to know because you're not really asking for the truth, aren't you? And then she answered back, but I'm asking a lot of questions. So to her, it was totally, she was unaware and unconscious about closed and open questions, and she wasn't even aware that she did not really listen well to that video. See, the attention span of most people is no longer than 3 minutes. So if you write emails too long, people read only the first 2 or 3 sentences, and then they are off into their own thoughts or assumptions, speculations, whatever. That also happens when you watch and listen to YouTube videos. I find myself quite often not on the right focus, and then I just go back to the point where I left the speech of the person in the video and went off on my own thoughts. Most people don't even notice that they're half away with their own thoughts and not really listening any longer. If you're thinking about something, then you're 50% there, and only the other 50%, which is half of you, is still listening to what the person in the video is saying. So there's a lot about focus and intent and really listening, staying with the facts and not speculating and distorting what the other one is saying by bringing in your own BS, prejudices, or whatever. So there's a lot about communication we are not aware of. So it's also about listening, our attention span, and focus. So I also experienced when I made this video about Saint Germain's prophecy that was carried on by the Theosophical Society, Annie Besant. Well, people are so calculable. Just write channeling or prophecy, and then they come running. I had from 18,000 viewers to that video, 2 people really asking in the comments, where is the prophecy? Well, if they could have read in the description box below the video. It was in the first sentences, and it was also in the first sentences I spoke. The rest of the video was explanation. So they were not really listening. And they asked me, where is the prophecy? Really, sorry, I don't understand that. And one of them, right after asking, where is the prophecy, which was more or less his fault to not get it, not mine, because if you're able to read, you can read in the description box below. And if you're able to listen, you can really listen and get what I say. He directly jumped into attacking, that's clickbait and blah, 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 blah. Sorry, people. I mean, if you're not even aware of your own psychology, how you function or not function, I cannot talk to you. There's nothing I can do for you. I cannot help you. Just move on, because obviously it's not the right channel for you. And of course, I'm talking different stuff. You're on the channel of a medium, and I'm a trained medium, not a self-claimed one. And I share experiences and what I learned. And of course, we can agree to disagree. But if you want to judge my sharing with your half brain, the rational intellectual, you will never get it, because there's much more to communication as it is visible to the naked eye. So, well, unconscious people are not able yet to really listen and read. That's it. And about the last part, the open questions. Open questions want and allow a detailed, self-written answer where the person expresses him or herself freely. Not like a yes or no or right or solution A, B, and C. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, a little bit about psychology and communication. So I hope you got something to ponder upon. As always, blessings, liberation, and fortitude, because that's what we need right now in these challenging times. For all of you beautiful souls watching. Thank you. Bye.